Story of the day brought by PIMO Tech. The Jungle's Revenge. Deep in the uncharted wilderness of the Amazon rainforest lay a dense and untamed jungle, teeming with life. For centuries, the local tribes spoke in hushed whispers of La Selva Sangrienta, the blood jungle. They claimed it was cursed, a place where nature rebelled against humanity. Few believed the stories until the expedition of Dr. Helen Carter. The expedition begins. Dr. Carter, a renowned zoologist, led a team of scientists and adventurers into the heart of the jungle. Their mission was to study the effects of illegal logging on wildlife. They were equipped with the best technology, determined to document every species they encountered. But the jungle was eerily silent as they ventured deeper. At first, the team dismissed the lack of animal sounds as a coincidence. Predators must be near, Helen theorized, scanning the treetops. But the truth was far darker. The first night. On the first night, their camp was attacked. It began with the rustling of leaves, the snapping of twigs, and a low growl. Before anyone could react, a massive jaguar leaped into the camp, dragging one of the guides, Raoul, into the darkness. The screams echoed briefly, then faded into silence. The group armed themselves with rifles but found no trace of Raoul or the jaguar the next morning, only claw marks on trees and blood-soaked soil. The predators packed. The team decided to leave, but the jungle wouldn't let them. As they packed, the air filled with screeches and growls. Animals that usually avoided humans, jaguars, pythons, crocodiles, and even birds of prey, seemed to be watching them, moving closer. Helen discovered something horrifying in her research notes. The creatures were behaving unusually aggressive, as though they were working together. It wasn't random predation, it was coordinated. The animals, they've learned, she whispered to herself, the realization chilling her to the core. The hunt. Over the next days, the team was picked off one by one. A crocodile emerged from a riverbank, snapping the legs of an unsuspecting biologist, dragging him underwater. A python coiled itself around another, squeezing until bones cracked. Harpy eagles, with talons as sharp as knives, attacked from above, their cries deafening in the dense jungle. Helen and the remaining survivors realized the animals weren't just attacking out of hunger, they were punishing intruders. It was as if the jungle itself had declared war on humanity. The ancient totem. In a desperate bid for survival, Helen and the last two members of her team stumbled upon an ancient totem deep in the jungle. It depicted humans being devoured by the animals around them. A weathered inscription read, "Those who harm the jungle shall be consumed by it." Helen pieced together the truth. The jungle was sacred ground, and years of deforestation, poaching, and pollution had awakened something primal, an ancient pact between nature and its creatures to protect their home. The final escape. As the animals closed in, Helen lit a flare, hoping to scare them away. But the jungle didn't flinch. She was the last one standing, running blindly through the trees, pursued by glowing eyes and snarling shadows. She reached the edge of the jungle just as the sun began to rise. Behind her, the animals stopped at the tree line, their golden eyes fixed on her as if to say, "This is your warning." Epilogue. Helen returned to civilization, forever haunted by what she had seen. She dedicated the rest of her life to preserving rainforests, warning anyone who would listen about the dangers of exploiting nature. But she never entered the jungle again. And deep in the Amazon, the animals continued their vigil, waiting for the next intruders foolish enough to ignore the jungle's wrath. Thank you for watching.